We've been very busy at Smithsdale Farm this week. Things are slowly starting to take shape as we're now able to spend so much more time at the land. Taking the leap to move away from the city is proving to have been a very good decision as we can get so much more done. We wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us on our journey so far and wish you a very Merry Christmas, or however you might be spending the holidays. If you want to give us a little Christmas present, you could click that thumbs up or subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Or you could share the video with someone you think might enjoy them. We hope that you enjoyed this week's video. After Danny rototilled this area a couple of weeks ago, he put down some black beans just to kind of see what would take without putting in any compost or growing manure or anything like that. So everything's kind of started to sprout, which is good. It's had a couple of weeks of not a lot of rain. There's been a couple of days where there's been a bit, but there hasn't been a lot. So hopefully this is just going to be a kind of ground cover. It's going to fix some nitrogen into the soil and help us to build up these beds ready for when we actually want to start growing in them. Yesterday, Danny trimmed back this big tree. It's not been kind of properly pruned and everything. We're just getting rid of a lot of the kind of old branches that have grown through since it was cut down at the base. We haven't touched this one since we bought the land, so there's quite a lot of cuttings. So what we're doing is now with all of these cuttings is just trying to prepare them ready for the chipper. Going through, cutting back any of the ones that are a bit gnarly or any of the ones that have a big kink in them that aren't going to be able to go through the chipper easily, and just preparing them so that once we get the chipper going, everything can go through a lot more easily. The winter sunset is creeping in fast, so we're not going to do the chipping today. We'll probably come back up and do that tomorrow morning. But this is all prepped now and we'll be ready to go into the chipper when we're ready.
Quiet down just a minute, settle down and have another one, because you're tired of the game that remains until you're undone.
Right, so Katie's just trimmed up the last little bits that we didn't do the other day, so they can go through the chipper nice and easy, and then I'll show you what we've got from chipping all that wood.
Because I never knew you. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. It won't be over. It's never over. Now I let my feelings in.
So I don't know if you can tell on screen how much that is. It's a lot of wood chip. And so we're going to spread it around the base of this tree, and maybe in a few other places if we feel like it needs it, but we've got a lot of wood chip, so we're going to have a lot more to come. So we did get the question in another video about why are we using wood chips and not burning the trimmings that we're getting. Number one is that to burn you have to get a burn license with the town hall, and it's a bit of a pain, whereas we can just chip whenever we like. And secondly, which is really the main reason, is that the soil has been left degraded for a long time, and what we'd like to do is put carbon back into the soil to act as a bit of a moisture sponge. What I mean by that is that these wood chips, when it rains, will absorb a lot of water, and then as everything dries out, the wood chips then release that water over a longer period of time, and just keep the land more hydrated, which should be more beneficial for what we grow. And then thirdly, trees generally like a fungal environment, and that's mushrooms. So if anyone's ever left wood chip around, you know you get mushrooms springing up that's feeding on that dead wood. By having this wood chip spread around, we should be able to increase that fungal network across our land and hopefully improve the health of the trees. Just to show you, it rained the other day lightly, and so under here you can see some of this wood still wet. So that's a wet piece of wood, that's a dry piece of wood, and that's, you know, just under the surface, whereas the soil now is quite dry. So this is keeping water on the ground rather than it evaporating off, which is what we want living in such a dry space.
To show you the impact that this can have, these wood chips have been here for about 6 months. And I mean, just look at the difference compared to the ground just next to it where we didn't actually put any down.
Said that you've been hurt one too many times before. Ended up staring in the bathroom mirror, crying on your bedroom floor. Baby, you can take my word, you haven't gotta hurt no more. Things about to get much better. I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever. Said that you fell love 100 times before. Got on in circles on a lonely street, until your feet get sore. But I guess you haven't heard, you ain't gotta run no more. Things are about to get much better, so I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever. I wanna make this forever.
as we sit down to eat our lentil curry, that's where we're going to leave it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. If this is the first time you've watched one of our videos, I'll leave a link here to our playlist which starts all the way from the beginning. Enjoy!